Grandma Debbie here. So since it's the fall and it's close to Halloween, I thought it would be fun to make a spider cake. And I'm actually not doing it from scratch. I'm doing it with a box cake mix, and I'm using a can of frosting and a bunch of other stuff to do this. But it's something fun. It's something you can do with your kids. It's something you can do to take to a party. It's something you can do to just have at home and eat, or take to the office, whatever you want to do. So, but it's delicious. It's fun, you know. So let's get going on it. Okay, so I just want to let you guys know. I know that my audio has been kind of crappy lately. You know, I'm working on it. I just bought some microphones that I'm having a hard time to hook up to my phone to get it to work correct, so I'm trying to troubleshoot it. And also, I broke yesterday. I broke my camera holder, the holder that holds the camera while I'm filming. And so I ordered a new one, and it won't be here until next week. So in the meantime, I'm going to do the best I can with what I have, and we're just going to work together on this. All right, so let's get started on this cake. It's going to be fun. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to make a package of green Jello, or pistachio pudding. I mean, not Jello, pudding. We're going to follow the instructions on the package, and I'm going to tell you what we're going to do with this later. I'm not going to tell you right now because it's going to be a little bit of a surprise, so you have to stick around to find out. But we're going to do it according to the package directions. So we're going to open up the package, and I'm going to dump it into a bowl. And I'm hoping I'm using a big enough bowl, but we will find out. If you don't like pistachio pudding, you can always use vanilla pudding and then just dye it green. Or actually, whatever color you really feel like dyeing it. But green, I think, is the appropriate color. Okay, so we're going to add 2 cups of cold milk. And I'm just using whole milk. But you can use whatever milk you would usually use. Whoa. Man, I sure am butterfingers. I'm telling you, I've broken things, dropped things. It's just been a mess for me lately. All right, so I'm adding my 2 cups of milk, and then I'm going to whisk this for about 2 minutes until it, you know, gets soft set. And then we'll put this in the refrigerator, and we'll get started on the cake. I will probably edit some of this out because you don't want to sit here watching me stir pudding. It's like watching paint dry. It's been about 2 minutes, and so I am going to put this in the refrigerator so it can continue doing whatever it needs to do. All right, so let's get this in the refrigerator. Now we're going to get started on the cake. Now what you're going to need for this, I'm going to try and move everything out of my way. Doesn't need to be here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to mix it up into one bowl, and then we're going to bake it in other bowls. But the first thing I need to do is I need to get my oven preheated. Be right back. Okay, so I'm preheating my oven, and I'm going to make the cake according to the package directions. And I'm using a chocolate cake because spiders are usually brown. I mean, I guess there are spiders that aren't, but most of them are, that I've seen anyway. And I'm telling you right now, I'm not a spider person. They scare the bejeebus out of me. Same thing with snakes, mice, rats, rodents in general. Let me get out of scissors. fun little thing to do. Okay, so I'm going to mix the cake up. I've got the cake mix going in. And I know there's lots of fun things you can do to a cake mix to make it even taste better, but I'm not going to do that. Alright, so I'm going to mix water. I've got a cup of water here. And I need a half a cup of oil, and I'm just using pure vegetable oil. I'm going to pour that in. All right, and then I'm using 3 eggs. Have you guys noticed the price of eggs lately? Isn't that getting ridiculous? I just lost, well, it's in there. I can see it. I have to get something out to get that out of there. Let me wash my hands. Oh, I hate when I lose a shell in here. I got it. Okay, one more egg. I'm telling you guys, it's been like a crazy time for me. Let me wash my hands again. If there's something that I can break or lose, that's what I've been doing lately. Lots of it. Okay, so I'm gonna beat this for about 2 minutes. And I will, once again, I will edit this out, part of it, because you don't want to watch me do this. Okay, so it's been about 2 minutes, and if there's a way to make a mess, I'm going to figure it out, and I've done it. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is clean my area up a little bit. All right, I'm using bowls to make this spider cake. And I managed to get chocolate in the bowls already. So you want to make for sure that you use bowls that can go in the oven. And you want a larger bowl and then a smaller bowl. For the small bowl is for the spider head, and the larger bowl is for the body. And I'm thinking that I might go with a bigger bowl. Let me give that some thought real quick. I think I will. This one is at least more round, so I think I might go with this bowl. And since I got chocolate in this, I'm going to put it over here and wash it. And then I'm going to stick with this small one for the head. Okay, so both of these can go into the oven. And so I'm going to spray them with a cooking spray. So I've got that done. And now I'm going to add the cake mix. I'm going to start with the small bowl and then add the remainder into the larger bowl. And you want to try and make for sure they're like somewhat even, but it doesn't really matter if it's not, because the head isn't always the same size as the body. But for cooking time, you want to kind of make for sure that they're somewhat the same size. Okay, come over here and add the rest into this bowl. And I'm going to make a humongous mess, I can already tell. Okay. So let me try and clean these up a little bit and wash my hands. Okay, so as you can tell, I've got the larger cake, and then I've got a smaller one for the head. And once these cook, I will assemble the cake, and I will show you how that is going to be done. I'm still waiting for my oven to preheat. I guess I should have started a little sooner on that part. Okay, so while I'm waiting for that to preheat, I will get right back to you. I'm going to clean up this mess a little bit and then we'll get back. Okay, so the oven has preheated, and I'm going to put these into the oven, and I'm going to bake them. I'm going to set it at first for about, I'm going to do 23 minutes, and then I will check them at that point and see if they are cooked, and if so, then I'll get them out and I'll bring you back then. All right, so I'm going to get these in the oven and I'll see you in a few. Okay, so I have finished baking them. I'm going to let them sit for about 10 minutes, and I will take them out of the bowls and then have them cool on the cooling rack. And then I'll let it cool until they're completely cool, and then we will decorate. And I'm looking forward to decorating. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, so I will see you back here probably in an hour or so. Okay, so I'm back, and the cake has been cooling, and now we're going to start decorating it and making it look like a spider. All right, so come along with me and let's get going on this. It's going to be something fun to do. Okay, so I took a cutting board and I covered it with aluminum foil, just for clean, because the frosting is going to be black and I didn't want it to stain anything. I already stained my thumb, taking off the little tabby thing on the black food coloring, so I didn't want to stain a plate or anything, and this is easy to clean up. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab our little one, and we're going to, let me get a bowl. We're going to kind of even it out. And we're going to place it on here. So, good so far, right? Okay. Now we're going to get the body of it, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to kind of just flatten it out a little bit. And we're going to put the body on here. And I'm going to probably move it there. Okay, and I'm making a huge mess, but like I told you before, that's what I tend to do. Okay, so this is where the pistachio, man, I can't even speak. This is where the pistachio pudding comes into play. So I'm going to grab it out of the refrigerator. I'm going to get a spoon. Okay, so we're going to cut off the top, and don't throw it away because you're going to have to add it back. And we're going to spoon out some of the cake. Now the recipe only says to do it on the body side, but I'm going to do it on both because I just like the look of it. I think it looks really good when you have both. So you just want to spoon it out, and you can spoon out as much as you want or as little as you want. You don't even have to do this if you really don't want to. Okay, so let me cut off the top of the little one. And this is really fun when you cut into it and people aren't expecting this and they see that green. They're like, what? Okay, so I've got those hollowed out, and now I'm just going to spoon in the pudding. I don't know why I keep calling it Jell-O, but I do. So you're going to kind of just get it all in there and get it mushed around. After you get the cake decorated, you are going to want to refrigerate it because you do have pudding here, and so you need to make sure you have room in your refrigerator for this. So, and the package that I used was just a standard package of pudding for like 4 people. And if I'd hollowed it out more, I would have used more of it, but I didn't. So that means I have a snack for later. Okay. So we're going to add the tops back on. We're going to squish it down. Okay. So we've done that part, and I'm making a huge mess. And now we're going to add a little bit of the black dye, food coloring. You can also use blue to do this. So we're just going to add a little bit of the food coloring to make this black. And you're going to stir it. Be careful, because like I said, I've already got it all over myself. So you just want to get this in here, stir it up. You don't need a whole lot, but like I said, blue food coloring will also do the same thing as black. It will turn this black looking. I just wanted to use black just because it gives it a much richer black color. But you can do whatever you want. You don't even actually have to color it if you don't really want to. You can leave it just chocolate. You can also use white frosting and then dye it black as well if you would like to. Once again, it's completely and totally up to you. I do have 2 cans of frosting for in case this is not enough, but it should be. I like a lot of frosting on my cake. I don't know about you, but I just love frosting. In my world, there's never enough frosting on a cake. Okay, so it's looking pretty good. And this is what it's looking like. So we're now going to frost. So I'm just going to start with a small amount, and I'm going to do the smaller portion of the cake first. And like I said, I do have another thing of frosting. If I need to get it out, I will. You just want to kind of cover it. And the frosting the color is not necessarily going to be uniform, but spiders aren't always uniform in color either, you know. So this is just a fun little cake. Like I said, you're going to enjoy yourself doing this. You can do this with the kids. You can do this by yourself. It could be a family event, whatever you want to do. It's just something fun, like I said. And I'm trying to mesh the 2 cakes together so that it does look like a spider. Okay, so now I'm going to come on over here to the big one. And you could probably double the recipe and make a really, really, really big spider, but I wasn't going to do that. This cake is going to head off to my husband's office because I don't need a whole cake sitting around in my house. I will eat the whole thing, and I really don't need that at all. Now my frosting does have a little bit of brown streaks in it, but once again, it kind of makes it look a little bit more like a spider than if it was just straight black. So, but you can mix it up however you want. Once again, it's your cake, not mine. So you do what you want with it, and you make it the way you want to make it. And most people, though, I will tell you, who I've made this for, and they don't know that there's pudding in there, they are a little surprised when they find out that there's been pudding put into the middle of the cake. So it is kind of funny to watch and see. Let me turn this around a little bit so I can see if I'm getting how I'm doing. Oh, I got tongs over here to decorate or to frost. You can actually also put this on a tray if you want, but like I said, I just didn't want to get any black food coloring on my trays, so I prefer to just do it this way. I need more frosting on the little one too. Good thing I turned it. Otherwise, it would not be fully covered. Okay, looks like we are now fully covered, and we're gonna now really make it look like a spider. Let me double check everything. Okay, all right, so you've got your spider cake, the base of it. Now you need to make it look like a spider. So I have some M&Ms for the eyes, and what I did was I actually went through, I did just the small packages, so I opened them so I could make sure I had 2 red ones, but you want to use whatever candy you happen to have. And you got your 2 eyes. How's that look? Kind of fun, right? But you can use whatever color you want to use. Now you're going to use black licorice for the legs. And I know some people hate black licorice. I happen to be one that loves it. So you're going to use 8 sticks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you're going to do 4 on each side. So you want them to look like legs. So you're going to just stick them in. All right, so I got the 4 on that side, and I'm going to come over here and do the same. Just kind of stick them in. And I like I said, I know a lot of people don't like black licorice, but I happen to be one of those that does. So, but you know, you want it to look like a spider, so you're going to give it black legs. Okay, so here we are with the finished product. Ta-da! I'm going to clean this up and then I'll take a little more of a picture so you can see it better. All right. So if I haven't said this, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the share button. Let's grow my channel. All right. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you back soon.